Satan became a devil because he wanted to be the greatest creator. CFing. Satan was originally an archangel, but when he sought to become the greatest creator, he turned into a devil. Anyone who desires to become the greatest creator is an incarnation or representative of the devil. Anyone who incites others to become the greatest creator is likewise a representative and accomplice of the devil. To instigate ministers, governors, prime ministers, chairmen of political councils, speakers, or religious leaders to become national rulers, what else could that be but the work of the devil? Why does the greatest creator not remove Satan? Why does he allow Satan to continue disturbing order? This is a human question. From the perspective of the greatest creator, all of this is part of the divine play. Just as a CEO may find endless amusement in allowing certain subordinates to stir up trouble, so too does the greatest creator find delight. As for humanity, the greatest creator has never closed his doors. Whoever seeks him, whoever knocks continually at his door, will find that he opens it. He never wrongs anyone, never abandons anyone. Yet when we choose to turn away from him, it is the result of our own consciousness, and we have no grounds to blame the greatest creator. No matter how powerful the Monkey King may be, he cannot escape the palm of the Buddha. No matter how capable Satan may seem, he cannot escape the way of the greatest creator. Satan is restless, anxious day and night, unable to find peace, quick-tempered, always stirring up trouble. He goes everywhere inciting people. You are the greatest creator, you create your own God. Thus, humanity has never known a day of peace. Notice from Satan. CFing. My name is Satan. I am a beloved son of the greatest creator and a faithful servant of the greatest creator. My duty is to maintain the dynamic balance of life in the universe and to safeguard the perfection, harmony, and unity of the cosmos that my Father created. Jesus and I are twins. From the limitless comes the great ultimate. From the great Jesus and I constitute the universe's dialectical unity of opposites. We are opposite in character, mutually repelling, yet we coexist within a single unified whole. Without me there is no Jesus. Without Jesus there is no me. Jesus stands for light, righteousness, life, and yang. I stand for darkness, evil, death, and een. Jesus represents truth, goodness, and beauty. I represent falsehood, wickedness, and ugliness. We are such that evil does not utterly defeat the good, nor does the good utterly defeat the evil. We oppose one another, yet remain intimately linked. From the scale of galaxies down to a sesame seed, from the human body to insects, life in the universe is structured by symmetry. The more symmetrical a life structure is, the more perfect and stable it becomes, the stronger and longer lived its vitality. Conversely, the more asymmetrical, the more ugly and loose its form, the weaker its life force, and the more easily it perishes. The whole universe is a great living being. Humanity comprises many small living beings, just as a person is a large life whose cells are small lives. The universe's symmetry is chiefly reflected in heaven and hell, and in matter and antimatter. Heaven primarily refers to spaces inhabited by small lives whose structures are relatively perfect, realms such as the 1,000-year realm, the 10,000-year realm, and the Elysium realm. Hell primarily refers to spaces inhabited by small lives whose structures are comparatively ugly, realms such as the underworld, the frozen layer, and the fire refinement layer. The human world sits precisely on the universe's axial symmetry, so humanity can very easily enter heaven and can equally easily enter hell. People have already recognized the wave-particle duality of the electron. When the electron appears as a particle, its wave nature cannot be seen. When it appears as a wave, its particle nature cannot be seen. Each member of humanity is like an electron. When a person manifests the qualities of truth, goodness, and beauty, their false, wicked, and ugly side disappears without a trace. But when they display falsehood, wickedness, and ugliness, their truth, goodness, and beauty retreat from view. In other words, when someone manifests truth, goodness, and beauty, they may go to heaven with Jesus. When they manifest falsehood, wickedness, and ugliness, they may follow me, Satan, to hell. Heaven and hell are symmetrical. Without heaven there would be no hell. Without hell there would be no heaven. Preserving the existence of heaven and preserving the existence of hell are equally important. It is like keeping a ship carrying 100 people balanced at sea. The numbers on the left and right must be roughly equal. If everyone sits on one side, the ship will lose balance and capsize. Thus, on a microcosmic level, I, Satan, may be seen as evil, but on the macrocosmic level, I, Satan, am benevolent. Our Father, the greatest creator, is supremely just. The greatest creator gave every person free will. Where to go is entirely each individual's choice. Jesus and I merely guide. We compel no one to go to heaven or hell. For example, I created money and power. You may scramble for them or disdain them. If you scramble for them, you may gain wealth and influence. You may live a life of luxury and respect while the poor cannot even afford a bus. You could fly around the world, stay in deluxe hotels, enjoy beautiful companions. How comfortable and pleasant. Of course, every gain has its loss. Heaven will be out of reach for you. You will only go to hell, because Jesus clearly told you. It is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter heaven. Do not imagine you can take all the delights of earth and still expect to enjoy eternal life in heaven. Such fortune does not exist on earth or in heaven. Some people call me the devil, but you are the real devils. I state plainly that my purpose is to guide people to hell, yet you gladly enjoy the power, status, wealth, fame, and beauty I offer, and at the same time you curse me for doing so. You want to be a prostitute, and at the same time erect a monument to chastity. Isn't that the very devilry of yourselves? You reap what you sow. If you sow beans but expect melons, is that not a devilish mindset? Some people are skilled at blaming me for their own sins. They commit the wrongs themselves and then try to shift all the blame onto me, pretending to be utterly innocent, pure, kind, noble, and upright. I tell you, do not hide your deeds to cover them up or deceive yourselves. Come down to hell with me.